that this is tutorial number 4. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to generate dynamic checkout links. So we are starting to use Panda checkout. So let's first go through what is here. So one thing is very important is that you need to make sure that only the dynamic checkout links only works with the payment gateways you already connected with Panda checkout, right? So if you connect Stripe, you can only use the Stripe in the request. Otherwise, you cannot use PayPal in the request. Otherwise, it will not respond any checkout links for you. Okay, so that's one thing I want to clear out. Another thing is that there is a checklist. If anything that is not working, you can check all these points. First, you need to connect payment gateways. Okay, at least one payment gateways need to connect it. The second is you need to use our API keys that you can find API keys in the license tab. And then you need to do some external request, and you need to have some bodies in the request. Okay, that's how it works. So I want just to show you a very simple external request sample. So the request tab is post. Okay, and the request URL, this is not going to change. You can copy this and use it in your request. And the headers, you need to add the name x-API key, and the value is your own public API keys in your account. Okay, and you can add this just the parameters, key and value pairs, the payment gateways. So you need to keep all these the same. Do not change anything. And these 4 are the mandatories. You need to have at least these 4. We have other parameters you can customize, but this is the minimum you need to have. Okay, the payment gateways, what's the price? The price, you do not use any, you do not need to convert into cents. Okay, for example, $1, you just write $1, not 100 cents. Okay, and the product quantity, you can, by default we are using 1, so you can, depending your own needs, you can use different values here. You need to provide one success URL, so that is the URL that will redirect to when the payment is complete. Okay, that's so this 4 is a mandatory fields. Okay, so let me give you a little demo to set it up. So let me switch the screen. So as you can see that we already connected both PayPal and Stripe. Okay, I'm streaming, so it's a little slow, and I already connected both PayPal and Stripe, so I'm okay with it here. Okay, so, and the license tab, if you didn't see the API keys, you can generate your keys by click the buttons, then it will have your API keys here. We will use this as a public API keys. So this tutorial is about Chatrace, so I will show you how to send the external request in Chatrace. So let's go to my account. Let's build a demo here. Let's name it tutorial live demo. And we can add something. Here is a simple test. Let me just enlarge this one. The simple test. Okay. Let's click a button. Let's go. Okay, so the trick is we generate the checkout links through external request. So you need to send a request to our endpoint. So you can click here, add content, and click the actions, and scroll down. You will see external API request. Okay, so let me enlarge this one. So let's click in. Remember that the request tab, you need to choose post, and you need to copy this request URL here, copy it here, paste it here, right? And the headers, you need to add the headers. Name is x-api-key. The x is in capital. Okay, so the value, you need to use this value. Okay, you need to choose copy this value and paste it here. I highly suggest that you use a bot field to store this value. Okay, so that in the future, if you want to change, you do not want to go to your chatbot to look for every flow and change that. I'm sure you will miss something, right? But you need to, I highly suggest you use the the bot field for this. I'm not using it, but it's just for demo. So you can create the bot fields and use these variables here. And another suggestion is that, for example, you can refresh, you can regenerate the keys. If I'm doing a demo, this key is exposed, right? I do not want somebody else to use these keys to get access to my backend. So you can regenerate the keys, and then it will generate a new keys for you. And then you can update your bot fields for that keys. Okay, so I'm okay with this for now. So I will just keep it the headers here, the bodies. Bodies you need to change to form encoded, right? And we need to have at least four values. Let's just copy payment gateway. Make sure that you use exactly the same. And let's try Stripe first, okay? And then we need the product price. Need a product price here. We just use 97. And product quantity here. Default is 1. And the success URL. So success URL, we just type google.com. So that's the body. That's the minimum that is required. Okay, that's the minimum. So now you can test if everything is right. The type is right. The URL is right. The key is right. The body is right. If you click the test now, you should to get the response. So this response is, this is the message. This is the checkout link. This is what we need. If we click here, it will take us to the Stripe account. Okay, so this is my Stripe account. If you connect yours, it will be your Stripe's account. The 97 is the value we send the request. So if I do some test here, remember that in our previous video, I show you how you can use this test credit card, because this is in test mode. So this is sandbox mode. You can use this test card to test your purchase. So let's just test it out. If I click pay, it will redirect to Google, which I just set up. So let's click pay. It will redirect to google.com. Oh, it's not redirect to. Oh, I have something else here. So let's try it again. Let's try it again. So this time it should work. So let's click this one. Once it's complete, it will redirect to Google, which we already set up. Yeah, it's redirect to Google. So that's how you test with with Stripe. Okay. Another thing is for Chatrace, you can actually mapping this checkout link to one of your custom fields. So I will show you how to do that now. So if I click this message, I just copy this message, copy this message here, and the response I will just add. You can use a $sign and a dot and the value of this one, and you can map this to any. I create a custom field called checkout link. I just map it here. Okay, so now if you click that button, I will show you that here is your checkout link. We'll show the value here, checkout link. I will change it by it now and use the checkout custom fields here. So that is what will happen if let me publish this. If I click this button, it will generate a checkout link and show it here. So I can click buy it now. So let's try. Let's bring my chatbot here. So once I click let's go, it will see this is the checkout link generated. If I click that, it will go to the Stripe. So yeah, that's how easy it is to set the request for Stripe and save that checkout links into your custom fields. So another thing is let's set up for the PayPal. Let me set up. As for the PayPal, you only need to set it here as the PayPal. Okay. So let me test the request. Let me test the request. Let's copy this one here. It will go to PayPal. I need to log in. So I have this is, as you can see, this is Sandbox PayPal Sandbox account because I'm using the Sandbox PayPal now. So because I'm doing the test, so this is also the Sandbox PayPal buyers account. Also, I show you in last video how to get it. So you can click login. And you will see the value is 97 here. Yeah, it's 97 here. It will charge you 97 and you can continue to pay. And then it will redirect to Google URL, which we already set up in the request. So that's how you can test with Stripe and with Google, with PayPal. Okay. So another thing is that this is status code is 200. Okay. Just want to make sure if the the checkout link is not generated, it's not 200 response, you can have the fallback step. That means just tell your user, right, to something wrong, something is wrong, and we just send notification to admin, and then you can just add the admin notification, something like that, so that you know something is wrong with the APIs, so that you do not miss anything, just to make sure that everything works. Okay, so this is let me see what we already covered. So we already covered that request type, and let me see. What we currently supported. We supported Stripe one-time payment, Stripe subscriptions, PayPal one-time payment for now, and the PayPal subscription is coming very soon, very soon. And what if something is not working? Check your API keys, check your payment gateway, and check out the 4 mandatory fields. You need to make sure that all have the values. And if it's a subscription, the payment gateways is different. Okay, this is very important. So for the Stripe, it will be Stripe and Score subscription. For PayPal, it will be PayPal and Score subscription. Okay, so if you are a developer or you are familiar with Swagger, you can go to our Swagger to try it out. It's just basically it's the same request sending here. So this is the URL. You should be able to see the URL in the description and the video. And you go to here. You need to authorize your account. So you still need your API keys. You can copy your API keys and you can paste it here, and you can authorize. And then after that, you can go to the checkout, choose the post one, right? And you can try it out. So this is the customer fields that is available. So you can, quantity is mandatory, price you can choose 66, payment gateways you can choose Stripe, PayPal, Stripe subscription, PayPal subscription. Okay, and the currency you can choose AUD, USD. There's a lot of currencies that PayPal and Stripe supported. And let me see the success URL. You can just use pandacheckout.com. So that's, you can click execute, then it will generate the response for you. If there's something error, it will tell you. Payment Stripe, right? What is missing? I think that everything is right. Yeah. I don't know why it's not sending the request, which should be sending already. Maybe it's my internet is that slow. It's choose. I need to choose something here. Oh, now it's got some response. Is forbidden slash code. I think maybe it's my API keys. I think it's maybe my API keys it's got lost somehow. Okay, now it's generated. Now it's generated. It's basically the same in our chatbot. So it will redirect you to the PayPal, I think. Yeah, it's redirect you to the PayPal. And then the value will be updated to 45, which I just specified. And you can continue. It will redirect you to our website, pandacheckout.com. So, oh, it's not. So maybe it's my previous setup. So I think setup in Google somehow. Anyway, so that's the Swagger. So I hope that we covered everything here, right? So this is just a demo to show you that to create a dynamic checkout links. We have more planned. It's get a little more complex, but this is the simplest one. Okay, you connect the payment gateways in Panda Checkout, and then you can testing using Stripe or PayPal Sandbox account, which I already show you in this video. And you need to use your own public API keys. You can also use our Swagger to do the test. Okay, and here's a little details about how to set up the external request. Okay, you need to make sure that the payment gateways is correct. If you want to request a one-time payment and a subscription, it's different. Okay, and the price, quantity, and the URL you want to redirect the user after the purchase. Okay, so that's for today's video. It's just to show you how to generate a dynamic checkout links. So what's next? Let me see. What's next? The next is we will show you how to set up the checkout links. So basically that's how Panda Checkout connect your payment gateways and your chatbot. The next video is very important, very important. If you follow it correctly, you can really, make the best use of the Panda Checkout. Okay, so see you in